When talking about such a vast field of technology as cryptography, there are numerous breakthroughs that led to today's safe world of communication, like elliptic curve cryptography, public key cryptography, and so on. Ron Rivest, Adish Amir, and Leonard Dolman made several attempts to create the one-way function that was hard to invert, such as the factorization of the product of two large prime numbers. However, given the expensive computers needed to implement the algorithm, RSA was not revealed until 1997 due to its top-secret classification. As a visual demonstration, we are going to use the renowned characters Bob, Alice, and the malicious Eve. Firstly, we will exemplify the algorithm with colors. Alice first selects her private key as a random color, let's assume red, then, she generates the complementary color, cyan, that will be sent to Bob as the public key. If Bob wants to send Alice a secret color, he will mix his one with the received one, sending the mixture back to Alice. Then, she will combine her private key with the message from Bob, which will decrypt the message sent from Bob. Even though Eve has access to both colors transmitted, she is unable to directly recreate either of the private keys or the message. Mathematically, we will also use the Euler's function, which counts the positive integers up to a given integer n that are relatively prime to n. Using the Euler's formula, we deduce d. So, going back to our characters. Firstly, Eve uses two random generated prime numbers and multiplies them in order to obtain n, then, she calculates phi n, which is easy to compute because she knows the factorization of n. She chooses an odd public exponent that does not share a factor with phi n. Finally, she finds the value of her private exponent, d, and only sends to Bob the public keys, n and d. If Bob wants to send a message to Alice, m, he calculates it like m to the power of e modulo n and transmits back the result as a value c. Finally, in order to decrypt Bob's original message, Alice uses her private key, d, and computes c at the power of d modulo n. Notice that Eve or anyone else with the values n, c and e can only find the value d if they know phi n, which requires the prime factorization of n. For large values of n, hundreds of years would be necessary in order to find the factorization, even with high computing power. Hoping that this brief explanation was useful, we sincerely believe that you understand the way our RSA algorithm works.